like the chemistry between these two. Is this what a toxic relationship is like? Because when Minasu and Subin are together, they give me the vibe that they would have some good. Hi, it's your girl Kwanai. Welcome to my channel Kwanai Covers, where Kwanai cover various aspects of entertainment. And in today's aspect, we've been, reviewing, recapping Singles Inferno season 5. I know I've been very slow with the videos, but for those people who are hanging on, believe me when I say I will finish it. One way or another, it will be finished. It might not be on your time, but it will be when it's supposed to come out. Don't forget, when you like this video, share this video, or subscribe to the channel, or hype me up. It gives me the hype and motivation to make them probably even faster if I can, fix it into the schedule of my busy life, because your girl is working on some music with the group The Valkyries of Arcadia.
I said she fit, she drip like chocolate. Twist, twist, fit, fit, drip, drip like chocolate. Wine and toss it, twist.
I will have a Patreon coming up soon. But let's get back to what you're here for. Singles Inferno, Season 5, Episode 7. Alright, so remember we left off where Sungil was supposed to pick his date for the fried chicken. They had a little game to get. If they win, they can get a special day to get some nice food with the partner of their choice. So Sungil was torn. It seemed like he's torn between Mina and Minji. So Minji was sweating balls with anxiety about whether or not he's gonna embarrass her in front of everybody. Sungil actually has some class. He picked Minji and she was so relieved. You ever get so anxious you start crying? It was basically life and death for her, and that's what she felt in that moment. I'm glad he was smart enough to make the decision, and he wasn't actually the winner. He came second, but because of the drama with Minasu, that was prioritized at the end of the episode. We had a little scene in the girls' room where Minji's just going off, praising his sportsmanship, being like, oh, he's so cool, I really like. She's like, that's my man. She's basically saying, that is my man. But Mina was there looking all awkward. Could tell she was uncomfortable because not only did she see that it was your man, she also saw him being more sexy in her eyes. I mean, it's very attractive when a guy is like so determined, and Minasu saw that too. So she also was secretly fawning over Sungil in that competition, and she was venting to Yejin saying, she wanna talk to Sungil, but she's so worried about Minji's not stepping on Minji's toe. A little after that, they showed Minji was in the makeup room, or the room that they go fix up their self, and Mina could be heard on the outside calling Sungil for a talk. Minji is just so annoyed. She's in the room going off. I don't remember who was in the room with her. Maybe Heesun, I don't remember. And she was thinking, oh, she's so inconsiderate. Well, she said it out loud. It was more than a thought. She was saying, oh, she's so inconsiderate. Like, what else is there to talk about? In Minji's head, she already had a talk with Sungil, so there should be nothing else to conversate. But I'm sorry, girl. It's just how the cookie crumbles. Okay, so let's talk about Hyunwoo and Go-hoon's date, right? So finally, they got a little time for each other, more time for each other. And she was saying, well, Mina thought you were very hot, because she is self-conscious of Mina as well. She is competition for these girls. And Hyun was like, I won't be tempted. She smiled. She's like, oh, wow. Yeah, the power that Go-hoon has over all these guys is what Mina wished she had. Anyway, so in the date, she's saying she needs more time to be comfortable with him, to open up, so she's not fully being herself yet. And he's like, well, when we go to paradise, it's a done deal. You won't even have to go again. And these things he's saying is amusing her, even me. I'm like, these two need to go to paradise to just, let's see what Hyun was really made of. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this. And then he adds, I'm also the only left-hander. So really, there's no other choice. You say you like a man with left hand, and I have left hand. Yeah, Go-hoon is shooting a shot. But she did say though, she has an interest in Egon while on that date. I like that she's being pretty transparent with these guys. That's pretty cool. Go-hoon, I like her. I just like her. I don't have much things to comment. She's just a pretty cool girl. Moving on to the next day, we have Songhyun and Minji. And you know, Minji is happy to be there, but she's still self-conscious of Mina. She was pretty much saying, can you just tone down the sexiness? You're a bit too hot for these girls. But we know she's just talking about Mina. And I want you to tone down your sexiness because she don't want Mina to be any more attracted to her man she's fighting for so far. And Sungho is pretty much saying, hey, I'm still open to get to know Mina, and I did think about both of you, but I think picking you was the right thing to do. You know this is gonna leave Minji insecure, but what can she do? It's a dating show. And then on top of that, she asked the question, you know, Minji's like me. Anything that's bothering me, I'm going to ask. So she asked him, if it was paradise, would you have picked her? Without saying yes, he pretty much was saying yes because he's saying, well, I still want to get to know her. Yeah, that didn't make her feel good. That did not make her feel good. That is pretty much the dates they did show. We're moving on to the kitchen, the famous place for interactions to happen between Heesun and Subin. Same thing, he's taking care of Heesun. Same thing, Mina's observing, Mina's aware, Mina's watching, she's uncomfortable. But to spice it up a little, Hyunjae being so, you know, enchanted by Jooyoung, had to make a cringe comment that everybody was like cringing to. Believe she was saying something was pretty, and the most common line to say, oh, you're prettier. So Jooyoung was just laughing. I wonder if Hyunjae really thinks these lines work. I don't know, it depends on the type of girl, but I feel if the girl is anything like me, oh, that's a lie, I think it would work on me. I think it would work on me. Some girls might find it cheesy, but I think I would like cheesy stuff. I forgot how cheesy I am. I don't know. Actually, it would work on me, especially with a face like that. It would work. So Mina is venting to her best friend Sunghoon again, and she's saying she don't know what to do. She can't make up her mind, you know. She don't know who she wants to be with. Then Sunghoon is squeezing himself in, you know, saying, yeah, I'm a bit all over the place, but what I do know is that I like you. And then she's like, I thought, you know, she's probably thinking, you said we were friends, now you're saying you like me, you're all over the place. Mina, he's only all over the place because you're all over the place, and what he really wants is you, but he's trying to protect his ego a little. And in self-defense, he tries to act like he can do what you're doing, but he can't because he genuinely does like you, while you don't genuinely like him. You like him as a friend, not romantic. Can it grow to a romantic thing? It could, but it requires two of you to want it to be, not just one. Moving on, so Jooyoung and Jaejin get to have a little chat. You know, he was at Paradise with Haehyun, so she probably want to know, did she influence you? Did she change your mind? He was giving off, I'm not necessarily rejecting her, but I'm not accepting. He sounded like he wants to get to know more about Haehyun. However, he made her know that she is still his priority when he showed her a picture he took of some rose that fell off the plant that was at Paradise to show her, I'm thinking of you, because remember her job is to put rose stuff in resin. So the fact that he was with another woman while still thinking about her, girl, unless you mess it up, you got him locked down. Yeah, but I think for his own protection, he's not gonna outright say, oh, I don't want Haehyun. He's playing it safe, that is it. Aha, now it's time for my favorite toxic couple to have a chat, and that is Minasu and Subin. It was Mina who approached him. I need to have a talk with you. So he went into the room. I think it was the guy's room they were in. She's sitting on the bed, he's sitting across. They're looking at each other. And then she made him know that, hey, I was sick. Actually, I fainted. They had to give me IV drips. You weren't even noticing. He looked shocked, like he didn't know what was going on. Like, oh, whoa. Oh, and then she says, where's your head at? What's going on? He says, I still want to get to know Heesun. And she replies, okay, sure, but can you not ignore me? Can you try to not ignore me? He retorts, I don't. But she says, no, you're treating me like a stranger. So he went on to explain that since the campfire, he thought they had had a mutual attraction towards each other. So the things that happened at the campfire after the fact really changed his perception. And even the chat they had after the campfire as well seemed insincere to him. So it was hard for him to approach her, but he's glad that she approached him first. And probably with Hee-sun being on his side like a handbag is probably difficult as well, because he doesn't want to make her feel bad. He also added that he had good memories of them at Paradise because he enjoyed himself and he wanted to go back. You know, Nina is hearing these things, she's enjoying it. This is making her happy because he's basically letting her know, I don't hate you, I still have feelings for you. And that's my interpretation, at least. Now she's saying after Paradise, I thought we were just gonna dive right back in, so she was disappointed that she has to be the one approaching him first. So what I'm getting is after Paradise, Minasu expected him to go hard with the chase on her. But it seems like even though she wants that, she would have still wanted to be getting to know other people too. So she wants a guy who's obsessed with her. That's not Subin though. And at this point, he's bringing up the campfire again, and then she said, okay, I admit I was wrong, and pretty much apologizing for her behavior. And they finally seem to get past the campfire thing. And the fact that he keeps bringing up Mina, it must mean he really felt hurt. I'm getting that he was gonna do the pursuing that you wanted if what happened at the campfire did not happen. You pretty much changed the trajectory of where he was gonna be headed because of how you acted and embarrassed him. Remember, you embarrassed the man at the campfire. So I find what Subin to say very reasonable. And he also even said it to her directly that he still has feelings for her. And you know, my girl with her, yeah, she's trying to hold back the smile, but she really just want to skin her whole teeth out and just laugh and jump for joy because she's been wanting to hear these words. She literally fell sick because of Subin. Your love makes me sick. Butterfly, to continue with the butterfly feelings, he says, don't you notice that I've been watching you? I've always tried to sit next to you. Noona. Oh! Noona, Noona, Noona. No, if only I could put in Jessie without copyright, but that made her blush because you know in Korea when you call someone Noona, it's endearing. I blushed all the way from Jamaica. This part just made me want to cuddle up in my blanket and kick my feet. I was just so giggly. I was so excited for this conversation. So in response, she's like, well, I didn't notice. And he says, okay, I'll try to make it more obvious. And I like that I hear that you're telling people I'm cute. Noona. And in response to this, she said, well, I'll try to be nicer. I just want for when we're done getting to know other people, because she then brings up again, I do want to get to know other people. I'm like, Mina, you don't even know your own heart, because truly this was an opportunity for her to just, I don't know, well, I guess she's still curious about Sunghyun. She just has to, that itch has to be scratched before she goes back to Subin. But I don't know if this is gonna work. So she's like, we should still get to know other people, but find our way back to each other. What I translate that as, I want to get to know Sunghyun and any possible other person, and if I don't find them interesting enough or I don't like them, can you wait for me? So you don't feel like Subin can actually fall for his son? Mina, you're being a little too cocky. You should be a little bit worried. I know you don't see Easton as competition, but she's a beautiful girl too. All right? And when we go to when they get the chance to go to Paradise, then you can determine if he's not gonna choose Easton or not. You don't know. But they ended good. I'm like, okay, my couple is on their way to getting back together. I hope they end up together because the chemistry is so beautiful with these two. And Hee-sun is pretty much aware that there's still feelings there. She's a smart girl from what, well, I think she's a smart girl, but I don't think that's gonna make her change course because she's already, her heart is already set straight. It's not going back. We then get a scene with Egon saying he's no longer interested in Yejin. He finds her to be not so good with the banter, aka he finds her boring. After that cute little chat, we're in the kitchen and everybody's mingling, but the difference is both Subin and Sunghail are actively doing little small things to be attentive to Mina. Remember, Minji is in the same vicinity, Heesun is in the same vicinity, and Mina has both of their men basically showing their affections towards her. And I know Mina is in bliss right now. This is the life she wants to live. She wants all the attention on her, regardless of what the other girls are feeling, because that's not her concern. She's here for her happiness. So I'm like, Mina must be so happy from being sick to have two guys that you do have an interest in tending to you, plus you always have your backup best friend just in case. Must be nice being that beautiful. Anyway, we move on to the challenge of the day. They're supposed to step on a narrow wooden plank and balance on it without falling off. It's very low. It's just that they shouldn't get their feet touching the ground while in a couple. So two persons would have to hug each other or find ways to be close to each other. You know they do these things to promote skinship. I'm here for it. I love it, because these people are afraid to even touch hands until the 3rd date or the 5th date. It's apparently a culture thing there. Now, guess who gets 2 guys, because there's always an odd number in the group? The lucky person. It's almost like producers set this up, but it looks like it's just they randomly take out balls or stuff. But Minasu's always getting the pair of. So she got Sunghoon and Sunghail. I was like, wow. Wow, it's crazy. She gets the 2 guys she has an interest in. And then Subin got Heesun. Wow, is this, if these people believe in destiny, you would believe that this pairing was meant to be between Heesun and Subin. It's just too bad they're moving so awkward amongst each other. So while they're on a plank balancing, they just look like they're afraid to hold on to each other. They're so awkward. While Minasu is loving it, she had to climb up on top of the guy's shoulders, so they're hugging each other, and she has one leg over one neck, one leg over one neck. Then you hear her in the confessional. Oh, she was so happy. I was so happy for her too. Can you imagine? The other couple matchings are not that important. You guys just need to know who won. And can you just guess who won? Who's the most athletic and the smartest when it comes to competitions? Hyunwoo, ding 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 ding, he won. At this point, any game they have, you just have to automatically assume Hyunwoo's gonna win. Crazy. And Hyunjae, who's always coming in the top 3 as well. I'm so happy for these 2. Alright, so today is supposed to be a paradise couple matching, and right before paradise couple matching, everyone likes to get a little talk, squeeze in a little chance to talk back to the person they may have an interest to bring into paradise, or who didn't get to talk, trying to say, hey, trying to wing their ways into making the person choose them. They showed us Sunghoon and Mina. There's nothing to see. She's just venting to him about other guys. He's trying to squeeze in, hey, without saying it directly, take me to paradise, get to know me, give me a chance. She's not gonna do that. Egan had a date with Gohoon. Well, not a date, a little chat. You know, every time I see these 2 talking to each other, I like it. They have a good little thing going on. But she went with him already, so I think she would want to go with Hyunwoo. But as Egan is talking to Gohoon, look who's coming, Sungmin. He's always popping up. Seems like he's just always lurking in the corner watching which guy is talking to Gohoon, what guy is interacting with Gohoon. Even earlier I didn't mention, but when they're in the kitchen, Hyunwoo wanted to bring water to Gohoon, but he was so shy. Someone pretty much was helping him out. He feels like Hyunwoo is no competition, but at the same time, he has to supervise everything. So sometimes Sungmin annoys me with that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would find it attractive. Can't be coming off too desperate. I would like him to be a little bit laid back. Alright, so we had Minasu to see who was she gonna pick. Is it gonna be Subin, Sunghail? We won't know until the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment what you guys' opinions are on the show, or what you think I could improve to make these reviews get more traction, more attention, and retention. And I'll see you next time. Bye!